2 years, we would find 50 schools, and we would support the 50 schools accessing those loans that had a cap of $16,000 per loan and a tenure of 4 years. We worked with 20 schools in the old city, and we did some research as to what were their quality outcomes, what were some of their barriers to operating in the slum areas of Hyderabad. And then out of that, one of the main constraints we noticed to them improving their quality was the difficulty to access capital, the constraint of capital. So we approached the HSBC Education Foundation with a project whereby if they put aside $500,000 US over 2 years, we would find 50 schools, and we would support the 50 schools accessing those loans that had a cap of $16,000 per loan and a tenure of 4 years. At the end of those 2 years, we had 42 schools that had accessed the loan, and we had 34 schools waiting to take the loan, but by then the money had been spent. CFPT designed and delivered the Educational Technical Assistance Program that went along the loans from the Trust Bank in Ghana. And then from there we did a similar project in Kenya with KREP Bank with the Kenya Private School Support Program. And we've just finished designing a handbook and a video and a CD-ROM on the best lessons learned from the perspective of the school owners, from the perspective of the bank, and the perspective of the development agencies as to how to support private school support programs. Maybe the proof of the pudding is that what's come out of that initial project with the affordable schools in Hyderabad is that we now have a business with about 100 private schools in the Hyderabad Andhra area who have come to us and said, we don't want the loan, we want the educational technical support services, because there's no one providing such services to the private sector market. I always enjoy sitting around for 2 days with people who have are looking for answers to or chasing the same holy grails as I'm chasing. My only caveat is, I think it's becoming clearer for me anyway, is that we must be very careful as to the taxonomy or the definition, say, of what we mean by affordable. Because in this audience you can sense that there's what's affordable to you isn't necessarily affordable to me, and vice versa. Let's be really clear about what we mean by affordable, and it's very difficult because your response to your answer to that question will determine how you set out to provide the loans and or provide the technical support services, because there are different SWATs for both types of schools. We've still got a long way to go. And we've particularly, I think we've still got a long way, and I think we have two sets of heads trying to come to solutions. On the one hand, there's the investment head, the financials, and on the other hand, they're the educational heads. And we need more generalists who both understand both sides of that coin. And right now, otherwise we're going to be in danger of providing solutions for either one or the other, but there's not an integrated solution that's actually is what's required for both those higher end affordable schools and those lower end affordable schools. And secondly, probably the business model that's going to work going forward is maybe a Robin Hood strategy, where you take from the have schools and you use that to subsidize how you support or how you take a higher risk profile on the less rich schools.